Recently, when I became money conscious, I was able to summon an Uber to take me to the thrift store without breaking the bank.
Did you go to the thrift store to get a prom dress, but it was just a bit too big?
We're sending help right away, Mr. Scotch.
Did you try on one that would have been perfect, but it was missing something?
Don't worry, Mrs. Whiskey. A professional is on her way.
Did you see one in your favorite color but put it back because the style just wasn't right?
Ms. Champagne, we are here to help.
Subscribe to bambiixfashion and you'll never say no to another thrifted item again. Call 1-800-BAMBIIX. That's 1-800-BAMBIIX. Or subscribe for more information.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I've seen many videos where girls go to the thrift store to get prom dresses and they don't get them just because they didn't fit. Like, if you don't try and get a sewing machine and stick that through the sewing machine for a little bit, like, really? Like, it just needs to be taken in an inch and it looks so good on you and you put it back down? Nah. I've also seen some nice dresses that could just do like a little switching up, you know, like change the neckline, add some lace, get some fabric and lengthen it, or even shorten it, change up the style of the skirt. Like, do something or stop spending $100 on a dress that you can wear one time that somebody else will probably have on as well. You know what I mean? Like, you could keep that money for food. You know how much Burger King fries and pigtails $300 could buy? Like, whoo! Yes, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry right now. I'm so hungry right now. So I bought a couple nice dresses from the thrift store. Of course, all of them are too big for my waist, so the side seams are going to have to get taken in. I'm just going to be switching up like a little bit of things here and there. And it's so rare that all of them are actually velvet. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but all of them are actually velvet, and I'm just going to be showing you how I am switching prom dresses that looked ugly or just looked basic into something a little cuter, a little more you get me? Yeah, so let's get started. I like the shape and the neckline of this, but of course it's too big, and this does not fit my neck, so this is going to have to get taken in. The sides are going to have to get taken in, and this part here, the bone in, like, this is how it fits me. See? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out this bone in. We're going to take this out, we're going to re-stitch this part, and then we're going to bring in the waist there and the neckline. Okay, so this one was a pretty quick fix. The first thing I did was remove the unflattering bone in from the princess seams of the dress. I didn't add them back because it wasn't necessary for it to hold up the dress since it had the neck strap. I then tried on the dress and pinned it where I wanted the side seams to fit, and then I sewed it down. I also adjusted the dress at the princess seams and sewed that down as well. Working with the neck part of the dress, I removed the back straps and buttons and cut it on both sides of the neckband to fit my bean pole of a neck. When I was sewing the princess seams of the dress, I saw that there was excess straps on the inside by the sweetheart neckline, so I took out the neckline seam by the straps and pulled out some of the excess so that the neckband could fit on my neck and not my collarbone. I then pinned it, and then I went back on the round sides of the dress and re-sewed the neckline. Okay, back to the neckband. For the sides that I cut, I just tucked them in as shown, and then I put in the button loop thingies on one end, well, the original end that they were on, and then I edge stitched it down. I reattached the buttons, and at that point I realized I forgot to put the back straps back into the neckband. So I snipped them off at the back, and then I reattached them at the side seam going into the neckband at the front. I don't have this shown, but you'll see at the end. You see it right there, like I have like 3 now straps on each side. I also reattached the little hanger loop holders, and then the dress was done. This dress is okay. This is the detailing on the front, and I'm going to take all this out. I know somebody's grandmother is going to be like, oh, don't take away the beading, it gives it character. No, it's ugly. It's not even a cute little detail. Like, these flowers look cheaply done. So we're going to take that out. We're going to bring it in. We're going to bring in the side seams. You're just going to try and make this dress look as sexy as possible. And then we're going to change this neckline. Okay, on to this interesting beaded mess. The first course of action was removing the beads.
The next day.
This took me a whole day to do. If you can see that, those are all the beads. All the beads. And then when I finished taking out the beads, which took me about 6 hours, I had to pull out each of these threads. And this isn't even all the threads that had to be pulled out. But okay, we're not going to get into that. So this is what it looks like after, and I like how this looks as opposed to all these beadings. It has like this brocade, jacquard sort of vibe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the neckline. So I will be taking out this top hem here for the neckline. I removed the strap on one side, and then I removed the double stitching at the neckline almost all the way to the other strap, and then I brought down the unsewn end down about 1.5 inches and pinned the new neckline. I then top stitched it down, and this is how it should look. This is how it should look. After that, I tried on the dress inside out and pinned the side seams. Now with this dress, there are no princess seams or darts at the front, and I wanted to move the split from the back of the dress to the front. So I created a princess seam on one side of the dress and marked how high I wanted the split. I took the dress off and marked everything. For the princess seam, I drew it to the top of the new split, and then in the middle of the little seam, I drew a line straight down to the hem of the dress. It makes more sense when you see me do it. I then sewed the side seams and then sewed the princess seam to the height of the split, and then I cut up the line that we drew before up to the end of the princess seam. On the right side, I just fold the edge of the line under, like the raw edges under, and then I pinned it. And then I edge stitched it 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch away from the edge, starting at the top and then going all the way down to the hem. So when you do one side, you go down, then you go to the other side and go down. Just don't try and do it all in one go. So right here, I went to the back of the dress and removed the top stitching of the split that was there, and then I pinned the edges together. And following the back seam, I sewed the split down all the way to the hem, and then I hem that part of the dress. I then reattached the strap at the top of the dress, and then that dress was done. Okay guys, so when I was trying this on, it popped at the strap. So, okay. Maybe that's a sign to do something with that. I'm gonna have to adjust it at the waist here, like that. I don't like this. Like, okay. Show all these buttons. These buttons, oh, automatic. Come on. So I don't know this part here, but these buttons here, these are absolutely hideous. So we're gonna chop. So we're gonna cut these off, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with this. Right. So the first order of business was to remove the buttons and separate the front seam. After doing this, I realized the dress was still very much hideous, so I completely removed the entire sequin piece from the bottom of the dress. I then turned the dress inside out and adjusted the side seams and the darts. Using one of the darts, I extended it quite a bit because we're going to be moving the back split to the front again using the same technique we did for the previous dress. I removed the front of the top from the back, and then I removed the binding from the middle piece and the neckline of the back. I reshaped the curves and then I sewed them back together. I then cut 2 triangular pieces from the back to attach to the side seam of the front and finished the top edge using some of the binding I took out. I didn't film this part, but because there was no zipper, I decided to use a 1/4 inch elastic and attach it to the top of the velvet part of the dress using a zigzag stitch. Then with right sides facing, I attached the top of the dress to the bottom of the dress and sewed it. When that was done, I attached the strap of the dress at the side seam, and then this dress was done!
My heart I tell them all.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you
We're sending help right away, Miss Scotch.